Okay, we're back again. We've been on a little bit of a break here, a little bit longer than intended, but today I thought we'd check out something new. So we're going to try a Marvel Legends, and this isn't a new release by any means. It's a little bit older actually, but I really liked the Venom Space Knight, so I thought I'd pick it up. So as you can see, Venom Space Knight, you can see him right here. He's got the new face sculpt instead of the one that was a Build-A-Figure. That head is also in here, but this one includes a cool one and some cool arm accessories. And also Mania, who is new to me, but I'm excited to check her out, see what's going on. Now, if we just take a look at the box, you can see right here, it looks like some comic panels. I actually recognize this one from the book. And this here is Mania. I have no idea what book she's in. I've never heard of her up until this point, so she's completely new to me. On the side here, we have some more comic art of the two of them. I don't know whether or not they appear together. I haven't gotten far enough in Venom Space Knight, and I don't know what she comes in. And then right here, you can see here he is with the other head and the other arm accessory. And it says it also includes these two right here. The head you can see on the front of the box, and the arm attachment you can also see on the front of the box. On this side, you get a picture of the figures, Mania and Venom Space Knight. But other than that, pretty straightforward. Oh, there's the price there, in case you're wondering. That's Canadian. So let's crack these guys out of the box and check. Over here we have Venom and Mania, both out of the box. So I said at the beginning that this is new for me because I'm pretty well strictly a Transformers collector. So this is my first time with Marvel Legends. And I really liked the Venom, so that's why I picked it up. But we'll take a little bit of a closer look at each of them. We'll start with Mania here to get her out of the way. Mine, my camera wants to focus, seemed to come with a little bit of a blemish on the top of her head there. The light reflecting off her forehead's kind of messing it up. But, oh, come on now. There we go, got the focus. Yeah, there seems to be a little scuff there. I'm going to take him out because he's confusing the camera. There we go. So as you can see, she looks pretty good. She's got very pretty purple armor on her shins and knees here. Very sharp, actually, very prickly to the touch. She's got that same stuff up here on her on her forearms right here, and on this one also. And you can see she's got lots of the spiking detail. She's got this belt that is just loose, but I think that's the style. It's supposed to look like it's just barely holding on there. And then some little spiked bracelets also, and you can see the spikes up on her head here that I think is supposed to simulate kind of like her hair, because it's coming down here over here also. And she's got on the cool boots here, and then obviously she's got the spider logo right there, front and back, looking very cool, very simplistic, but she looks pretty awesome if you ask me. Now, in terms of posability, we have a little twist here at the body. We got a little bit of bend side to side, but not a whole lot forward and back. Now, her head, of course, can look full 360 all the way around. Down that much, so she can get a little bit of a down look. Up pretty good, so if she sees Space Knight Venom looks up to him, she can probably see him look him in the face. Her shoulders come right up to about there comfortably. They can do a full 360. Oh, that's the elbow, sorry. They can do a full 360. They kind of have a little bit of a ratchet going. And then the elbows here, they are double, so you can get well over 90 degrees of bend. She can touch herself in the shoulder. I think, ow, this purple armor is really sharp. There we go. She can pretty well touch herself in the shoulder, get right up in there like she's trying to protect her face from a punch, like she's blocking. But she's got these open clawed hands. These are the only hands she comes with, but they're very detailed. They look very good. And they, of course, can do the full 360. And we get a little bit of out and a little bit of in on both those hands. At the waist, we don't have anything. It's up here in the center torso. But we do have hips that can kick forward. Oh, about that far. So you can get a pretty dynamic kick. They go out about that far. There's a swivel here just below the hip. That works great. And then also double jointed knees. You probably don't really need any more than that. Looks awesome. And the boots, of course, they have a little bit of a rocker pivot here. And a little bit, oh, let's come forward. I'm going to straighten this out here just so we can tell what's going on. They can go back a little bit. There we go. And then they can go forward ever so slightly, just a little bit. But yeah, I'm unfamiliar with this character, so I don't have any input to how true she looks to the comic books. I don't know if this is exactly it. I think she looks pretty cool. But let's move on here, because I think the main reason well, actually it's not if you have the Build-A-Fig, but this is the majority of the box would be Space Knight Venom right here. And he looks pretty awesome, really well detailed. He's got the huge spider emblem, front and back, wrapped around on his shoulders. I love these little shoulder pads for Space Knight. Oh, focus on that, please. Doesn't feel like focusing, I guess. Come on now. There we go. There it is. Got that nice symbol there. And then this is the head, of course, that comes with the Build-A-Fig. He's got the pointy chin. You can see his mean little yellow eyes. There they are. It almost looks like a helmet. Kind of reminds me of the Destroyer a little bit, like from Thor. And if we work our way down here, he's got just flat shoes pretty well. I don't think they're actually shoes, but you know what I mean. I like the striping detail here and on the inner forearm also. I think that looks really awesome. Also, oh, I just knocked Mania. I'm actually going to slide her out of the way. He's got some of that on the hand here. And there's a little bit of a ridge to give it a little bit of a definition, which is really cool. And his palms, of course, are white, which I think looks fantastic. Now, before we move on to accessories, we'll do articulation on this guy really quick. I'm going to straighten him out a little bit. So the head can do a full 360, but in doing so, it kind of makes him look at weird angles just because of how the head is designed and where the pin is. And you're never going to get him looking directly behind him anyway, but as you turn him, he's going to kind of lift his chin up, but that looks relatively natural. You can still kind of bring it down. So he's looking kind of curious about something over to his right. His shoulders will come out this far, and it looks like it just barely starts to rub this emblem. So paint scratching shouldn't be a problem, but also the way it's designed, it doesn't seem to rub up against the upper shoulder here of the torso. So I don't think you'll get any paint scraping. These, ow, you got me. These, of course, can do a full 360. It's on a ratchet also. I think that's how I describe that. Bicep swivel. It can do a full 360, so you can get into some crazy positions. The elbow, that's about a 90, I would say, just about. And then, of course, we can straighten it out all the way. The wrist can do full 360, and then they bend. That's actually fully bent in there. It'll come out that far. Yeah, it's about there. Just be cautious of this little piece that's elevated, that you don't bang on it too hard. Then mine seems to have a really nice click it likes to make when I lean back and then bring him forward. Or when I bring him forward, you can go about that far and lean him back. Oh, it makes that really healthy sounding click. I don't know if they all do this. I don't know if it's an issue with mine. I don't know what's going on in there. I have never seen the insides of one of these to tell you what's happening. I assume it's supposed to be ratcheted and maybe is misassembled. I'm not sure. It holds every position fine, like right there. And if I do a little wiggle waggle here, it doesn't make the noise. It's just if I really try to bend him one way or the other that he makes it. He can lean, like, and his lean back, not a whole lot. So he can't really look up to anybody above him. He can do a whole lot of look down. If he wants to tower over somebody, be imposing, he could definitely do that. His hips kick that far forward, which is a pretty natural position there. I don't think many people can get beyond that kick. Maybe Spider-Man can. Oh, actually I lied. There you go. You can get it up a little higher, but it starts to twist it out to the side a little bit as you do that. The knee here, of course, is double pinned. You'll get just about there, which on a guy who's this beefy, that's pretty well all you're going to want anyway. If you went any further, you'd start running into his own calf muscles. His feet will do this rotate here to get into some action poses, and it will move forward that much. So if you want to get him standing up and having one knee on a pillar or something, trying to strike a cool pose, that will work. Now, I'll set him down for a second, and we'll take a look at the other head, because if you have the Build-A-Figure, this is not new to you, but the other head might be something you're interested in. I actually prefer this one because that's the one I see more in the comic, and I think it just looks kind of cooler. This one here is a little more freaky, a little more creepy, but it has those Venom teeth, it has squintier yellow eyes. This guy has the yellow eyes too, but they're not quite so squinty. Anyway, he looks very mean. I'll throw that on there in a second, but while I have it up close and personal, we'll take a look at the other two accessories that come with it. So this is the bigger, focus please. It's 7 out of 9. There we go. This is the bigger of the two arm accessories. So it has this one major spike. This is where his arm will slide in there and will hold on his arm. It's got this 2 extra little tendrils. This one's actually very hollow. So if you're displaying it with this, you're going to want to absolutely make sure that this is the side facing. Because that is kind of not a very pleasant sight, how hollow that is. But the other one here, much less of a problem. It's much smaller. You can see that's where his hand would go. It looks very threatening still, but there's no obvious hollow gaps in it whatsoever. So now, let's see about throwing some of these on him. So, we're going to try taking the head off. We're going to swap it for the other one. So this should just pull right off. Oh, I might have to take him over here for a sec. Oh, it did. Just tugged on it. Get that nice ball joint, easily accessible. When you do the head, it might fight you a little bit just because the hinge wants to move. So now you can see how that is. I can go back that far. And all the way down there. But because of the size of the head, you probably won't get it that low on him. So I'll bang this on really quick. I might have to take him back here again. Bit of a reach trying to do it in front of me. I think that's on there. Oh, no, I lied to you. There we go. Didn't make a snap, but it made a little, hiss isn't the right word, but I heard the air escape from it. The hole, sorry, and I know it's on there good. I think I don't love this face, but I think he looks very impressive, very intimidating with it. The posability will be about the same. This guy's chin might be a little smaller, so he might be able to get a little more down, but again, you can get him way down there if he's really got to look down. It's going to click. Oh. You can look up. About the same because of the head sculpt. This one's got that brow. Ooh, come over here so you can see him better. Oh, focus. Focus, please. Okay, it's not going to focus for me. Oh, there we go. It's got that little bit of a brow, so it's harder for him to look upwards. He looks a little bit meaner, where I find this one's kind of happy that you're scared of him. That's kind of the impression I get from this face. So he actually gets a better, if he's looking up to see something, it actually looks more natural opposed to on the other one. He can't really look above him comfortably. But I think that looks really awesome. I'm not a crazy fan of this face, but I think it looks really good on him. Now, in terms of the armaments, I think they can go on both arms, but we're just going to slap them on here. So right here, kind of like a little bit of a ring. And that should be able to go around his wrists. Let's see if I can just bang this on. Actually, you know what? Oh, sorry, I lied. Yes, fighting with it. These things right here, the little ring pieces that wrap around his wrist, they're very malleable, especially on the other one. This one's a little bit firmer, probably just because there's more plastic going on, but they're quite malleable. So all I did was bend one back a little bit like this, and I slid it over his wrists, and they are interchangeable. So I just threw this one on his right wrist because I thought it looked a little bit cleaner, a little bit slicker, like maybe if you wanted to have him trying to stab you with it, let's just say like, oh, there we go. He's coming at you like this. There's no obvious hollow points in it, so it looks a little more natural. So I put this on the right hand, so you can get him looking a little bit threatening like that. He's coming to get you, you know what I mean? So this one here, I'm sure you can throw it on the left, but it would look a little silly just because it's hollow. So I'm going to take this one off on the right-hand side. I'm going to throw it on the right-hand side. As in the box art, they always put this one on the left, just because the big one is hollow on the one side. So that just kind of wrapped around. I just pulled on that a little bit. It's very rubbery, malleable plastic, bends and stuff. So it's not hard to get on and off. So this one, same thing. I'm just gonna pull this one back a little bit with my thumb, trying to slip it on there. Oh, I might not even have to. That one I didn't even pull on. I just slid it on. I'm gonna turn his wrist. There we go. So you can have him with his big old, oh, I don't know what you call this, weapon. That one's a little bit bigger. It looks good, like it looks continuous, like it's a part of him. I don't really notice that it's only hanging on by the wrist because it hugs the forearm so nicely. Like, oh, there's very few angles that you can see there's any gappage going on. And then you can situate the wrist a little bit differently or better. I just kind of did it quick because I'm reaching trying to get it on. It was a bit of a struggle, but you can orient the wrist in a way that makes it look continuous, or if you do palm out, maybe it looks like, oh, I got that one stuck on that one. There we go. You can make it look a few different ways, whatever works for you, however you want to display him. And of course, this one can go on this side. So if you want him rocking both weapons, there, get that over there. There we go. You can have both. I'm sure that these would probably fit on any character whose wrists are close to his size. So anyone that's a little bit bigger than your average Marvel Legend, I'd say they would probably fit just about fine. Now, just for fun, in case you're wondering, well, how big is he? Will he look good with the rest of my collection? He stands at just about 7.5 inches, it looks like. I don't think either head is going to make it much taller over the other. I think they're both roughly the same. He's about 7.5 inches tall. The box, if you're curious, I don't know if it matters, it looks to be almost exactly 8.5 inches tall. So if you see the box, he's about an inch shorter out of the box. Mania, I'll slide you over, buddy. Ooh, because I was messing with her, she's not going to want to stand, neither is he. He's playing with their ankles. But if I help stand her here for a second, just so we can get an idea of what her height is. Just bounce her on one foot there. She is about 6.25 inches. It depends where you want to count her hair. It adds a little bit of height to her, but she's about 6.25 inches. I'm very happy with the Venom figure. The Mania, I have no issues with, but I'm unfamiliar with the character, so it doesn't mean a whole lot to me. Woo! Near fell. I don't know if I will be holding on to her, but the Venom I do enjoy. I think I will probably throw the... Ooh! Knocking her over. I'll probably throw the other head on him just because I find it makes him look a little bit better, or I find he looks a little bit better. I like the more mysterious, you don't know what he's thinking look, opposed to this one where he's looking awfully creepy. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching this video. We'll see how we do. We'll probably do some more Transformers, as that is more so my area of expertise. Thank you for watching. We'll talk to you soon.